the young and the restless spoilers. Welcome back to the channel, besties. Today is a spectacularly chaotic Tuesday, and we are diving straight into the absolute madness that just dropped on our screens. Grab your iced coffees, lock your doors, and strap in, because we have a lot of ground to cover. You guys, I am deceased. Stop what you are doing right now, because I am literally shaking and we need to talk about this now. I was mid-skincare, okay? I had a thick charcoal mask smeared all over my face and half my neck. And when this scene happened, I literally had to yeet my phone across the room. It bounced off the couch and hit the wall, but I don't even care. My soul has actually left my body, and I am typing this from the astral plane because what in the actual Genoa city is going on? Nick Newman, yes. The golden boy, the moral compass, the man who usually does no wrong and judges everyone else, has straight up lost his entire mind. I am hyperventilating. Bestie, be for real right now, because the villain arc is going absolutely nuclear, and I am genuinely not okay. This is the most insane, world-ending tea ever, and we are invested. Wait, backtrack for a second. I missed a step. My brain is buffering. Okay, back to the main event. So, we all know Nick voluntarily checked himself into rehab because his fentanyl and cocaine addiction was getting completely out of hand. Mostly thanks to that absolute psychopath Matt Clark pushing him over the edge and playing mind games with him. Did I say that yet? My brain is mush. Moving on basically. Nick was supposed to be healing. But no, instead, he legit pulls a prison break. He escapes the rehab facility like a feral beast. He is completely out of control, acting like a literal monster. The stakes are astronomical right now. He just bolted, leaving medical advice in the dust, and I am genuinely spiraling over his choices. I mean, who just walks out of a high-security luxury rehab? Nick Newman, apparently. Oh, hold on. I should have mentioned this earlier, but the lighting in that rehab escape scene? Honestly, it was giving major indie horror movie vibes. The blue tint was so aesthetic, but also so unhinged. Like, did they hire a new cinematographer just for this? Anyway, snapping back to the main tea, Nick is out on the streets, and he is straight up frantic. He is going crazy, looking for drugs. We are watching this man, a billionaire heir who usually wears tailored suits, sweating and pacing the grimy alleys of Genoa City like a rabid animal. The withdrawal is hitting him hard, and he is basically functioning on pure, unadulterated desperation. It's a high-octane psychological masterpiece of a train wreck, and I am personally attacked by how stressful this is to watch. I was biting my nails so hard I ruined my fresh manicure. Let's genuinely dissect the absolute cinematic mayhem of Nick's mental state right now. We saw him earlier having that terrifying nightmare at Crimson Lights where he was ripping open sugar packets and swallowing fentanyl, which is honestly so unhinged, and don't even get me started on the vibes of that scene. The sound design? The crinkling of the packets? Genuinely haunting. But now, in the real world, the hallucinations are blending with reality. Every shadow looks like Matt Clark to him. Every innocent bystander looks like a threat, or a dealer holding out on him. He is physically vibrating with the need for a fix, and I am clutching my chest because I am literally too unwell to handle the gravity of these events. He is spiraling so fast that even his family couldn't track him down in time. Speaking of his family, wait, I have to bring up Adam because it adds to the sheer chaos. Adam was desperately trying to find Nick. Adam legit lost control of the situation while trying to track his brother down, acting like a total monster himself, tearing through the city, doing whatever it took to reach Nick before he did something stupid. Adam was breaking rules, threatening people, basically tapping into his old dark side just to save his brother. But it wasn't enough. Adam was too late. The tragedy was already set in motion, and I am straight up sobbing because the Newman brothers' dynamic is so toxic but so compelling. Adam tried. You guys, he really tried to be the hero. But Nick was already too far gone into the drug-induced abyss. And then, send help, because this is where everything goes completely dark. Nick, in his absolute drug-fueled mania, encounters a poor, innocent man in the alley. Just some random guy minding his own business. Maybe he was walking home from work. Maybe he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And Nick, whose brain is straight up glitching from the drugs and the paranoia, perceives this man as an enemy. Maybe he thought it was Matt Clark coming to finish him off. Maybe he thought the guy was a dealer refusing to give him a fix. I don't even know. But Nick legit attacks him. He attacks this poor soul with the ferocity of a wild beast. Besties, it was a bloodbath. It was so brutal I had to cover my eyes and scream into my couch cushions. This wasn't just a scuffle. Nick Newman beat an innocent man to death. He killed him. I am screaming into my pillow right now. This is a massive, unforgivable crime. We are not just watching a daytime soap opera anymore. We are invested in a full-blown true crime documentary. Nick Newman is officially a murderer. Like, I am personally offended that the writers went this dark, but I am also totally living for the sheer audacity of it. The man is dead, and Nick is standing there with blood on his hands, completely out of his mind, staring at the body like he doesn't even comprehend what he just did. They are officially on my do not perceive list. I am so done. How do you even come back from this? You don't. The aftermath is legit the most chaotic thing I have ever witnessed on my television screen. The sirens wail in the distance, the red and blue lights flash against the brick walls, and the Genoa City Police Department swarms the scene. Nick is arrested. They slap the cold metal cuffs on him, and he's just staring into the void, completely disconnected from reality. The golden boy of the Newman Empire, the man who used to run the underground and act like he was better than Adam, is being shoved into the back of a squad car like a common criminal. I was mid-screaming at my television. The total dumpster fire I manifested has arrived, and it is burning down the entire legacy of Victor Newman right before our very eyes. Speaking of Victor, wait, we need to talk about the Newmans' reaction now. Victor and Nikki were literally just planning their romantic vow renewal in Venice. Nikki was picking out dresses. She just got her bandages off and was ready for a fresh start with her husband. And now, their son is behind bars for murder. Victor's mustache was practically twitching with rage and panic. He's used to covering up scandals. He's used to paying people off. But a drug-crazed public murder of an innocent civilian? That is basically impossible to sweep under the rug, even with Victor's billions and his endless supply of fixers. The family is in absolute shambles. Victoria is probably hyperventilating in her office, realizing her brother is a killer. Now, the entire Newman family is gearing up to go to court to defend him. They have to face the absolute worst consequences of Nick's actions, because this is straight up a tragedy of epic proportions. Victor is mobilizing every high-powered attorney on the eastern seaboard. He is basically trying to buy a verdict before the trial even starts, pulling strings and making threats. But how do you defend this? Nick was high out of his mind and killed a random guy. The defense strategy is going to be an absolute circus. I'm calling it, the courtroom arc is about to go nuclear, and we are going to see Victor doing some truly shady, unhinged things to keep his son out of a neon orange jumpsuit. But here is the most heartbreaking, unhinged part of this entire saga. Nick is sitting in a cold, sterile jail cell, slowly coming down from his high, and the reality of what he has done is finally crashing down on him. The withdrawal symptoms are hitting him like a freight train. The sweating, the shaking, the absolute agony, but worse than the physical pain is the crushing, suffocating guilt. He took a life. The consequences are here, and he is being forced to accept them. He can't buy his way out of the guilt. The blood is permanently on his hands. It's giving major existential crisis. And honestly, my grip on reality is slipping just watching him spiral into this dark abyss of self-loathing. And honestly, genuinely, this might be the only way. As much as it hurts to say this about a legacy character that we have watched for decades, going to prison might be the only thing that can actually sober Nick up. The luxury rehab wasn't working. The family interventions weren't working. The gentle coddling from Sharon wasn't working. He was a runaway freight train of addiction. Being locked in a cell, stripped of his wealth, his enablers, and his freedom, that is the only wake-up call loud enough to break through the fentanyl fog. It's a tragic irony that he had to take a life to save his own, and I am straight up sobbing over the dark poetry of it all. Prison is his only salvation now. Wait, I'm glitching. Okay. Let's think about the ripple effect this is going to have on everyone else in town. What about Noah? What about Summer? Their father is a convicted murderer now. Noah just left for Los Angeles with Sienna to escape the drama, and now he's going to get a phone call saying his dad beat a man to death in an alley. And Sharon. Oh my god. Sharon is going to be absolutely destroyed. She has spent her whole life tied to Nick, trying to save him, always believing in his goodness. And now he is beyond saving. The emotional damage this is causing me is astronomical. This specific betrayal of Nick's character personally attacked my soul, and I will never recover. I am physically vibrating just thinking about what happens next. Will Nick plead insanity? Will he plead guilty because he hates himself too much to fight it? Will Victor frame someone else entirely just to protect the Newman name, manifesting a total dumpster fire by the next update? Because there is no way this ends cleanly. The stakes have never been this high, and the fallout is going to destroy half of Genoa City. I am so deep in the lore that this situation is now my entire personality, and I am not okay. I am going to need 3 to 5 business days and a lot of therapy to recover from this episode, besties. Until then, I will be refreshing the spoilers page like a manic goblin and screaming into the void. Stay unhinged, GC fans.